Hello, welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya, and today I'm going to take you through a 30-minute core vinyasa. So you won't need any props today. So let's go ahead and get started in easy pose in our cross-leg position. Spine straight. Go ahead and close your eyes. Begin focusing on your breath. And here's where you set your intentions for your practice today. Going with slow, deep breathing. Slowly begin to open your eyes and go ahead and extend your arms out to your sides. Elongate your spine. And on an exhale, we're going to turn to one side, twist to one side, bringing your hands to prayer position. On an inhale, return to center, extending your arms. Exhale to the other side. Okay, inhale, return to center, and let's go ahead and twist back to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. And inhale back to center. All right, from here, let's get into our tabletop position. On our hands and knees. And from tabletop, send your hips to the right and send your gaze to the right. Feeling a slight bend in your spine. Now you're gonna send your hips and your gaze to the left, like you're trying to look back at your hip. All right, now let's do this again, but this time just kind of do it at your own pace, side to side. Maybe get in some cat-cows here. And just kind of do what feels good to your spine right now. Maybe make some circles. You can stay in your cat-cows or your side bends if you like. All right, so return to neutral, to your tabletop. On inhale, we're going to thread the needle. So on inhale, send your right arm up. And exhale, send it through under your left arm, bringing the side of your head down to the mat. You can leave your left elbow bent, or you can extend it straight out. Okay, so if you extended your arm, go ahead and bend your elbow and push yourself back up. All right, so on an inhale, we're going to do the same thing with your left arm. So inhale, send it up. Exhale, under and through. Okay, bending your elbow and coming back up. Now we're going into a balancing table. So just we're going to extend opposite hands and leg. So take your right leg, extend it, and flex your foot down. All right, find your balance and go ahead and begin raising your left arm straight out. Try to make sure that you're keeping your right arm straight. All right, so bringing your left hand back to the mat, we're going to a tabletop tiger pose. Okay, so bend your knee, and then on an inhale, you're going to bring it in towards your nose. Exhaling. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale in. And one more of these. All right, so bring your knee down, and now let's switch to the other side. So extending your left leg directly out, flexing your foot down, keeping your left arm straight. Slowly begin to extend your right arm up. Try to bring it in line with your ear. Okay, bring your hand to the mat, bending your knee for our tabletop tiger pose. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale out. In. Back up. Exhale in. Exhale up, and one more. All right, so now let's send your hips back for a child's pose. If you need to, your knees as wide as the mat, toes touching, extending your arms out. From here, we're going to take a kneeling sun salutation. So from child's pose, slowly begin coming up, rounding your back, as in cat pose. Go ahead and continue to flow all the way forward into a low cobra. On an inhale, push up to puppy pose. And then once again, round your spine up. Take a cat, cow, and then send your hips back into child's pose. We'll do this twice more. So inhale up to cat, flowing forward, right into our cobra. Coming back to puppy pose. Taking a cat, Cow, sending your hips back to child's pose. Round your spine up, down into cobra. Puppy pose. Take a cat, cow, and back to child's pose. So from here, let's take a plank. Let's take a full round of breath in our plank pose, okay? And then from there, go into downward facing dog. So one full round of breath, and then downward facing dog. And from here, go ahead and walk your feet in or walk your hands in or a little bit of both. But come to a forward fold, but grab your elbows and just dangle. All right, now bring in your feet just as wide as the mat. Put your hands on your hips and begin to come up, but we're gonna stop halfway. So when your torso is about parallel to the floor, we're just gonna stop here and hold it. And release back down into our dangling forward fold. And slowly come up to standing. Clasp your fingers above your head. We're going to do palm tree pose. So you can interlock your fingers this way, or you can flip them this way while they're up. It's up to you. Yogi's choice. All right, so very mindfully, we're going to bend over to the left and then over to the right. Engaging your core muscles when you do this, okay? Sinking your breath. Exhale over, inhale up. Okay, now return to neutral. Then send your gaze up, taking a slight back bend. All right, and returning to center. So from here, we're going to go down for a forward fold, but let your palms or your fingertips touch the floor so that you're more of like in a half fold. All right, and then on an inhale, we're going to take a revolved forward fold by sending your right arm up, just twisting, sending your right arm up and your gaze up. If it's not comfortable to send your gaze up, you can keep straight ahead or even down. Exhale, bring your arm back down. And on an inhale, to the other side, left arm up, gaze up. And release down to the mat. Now you're going to bend your knees slightly, kind of root to rise, coming up into your chair pose. So hips back. And release back down into your forward fold. From here, plant your hands, step back into your downward facing dog. Now shift forward into plank pose. Okay, now bring your knees down. Let's take 3 of those kneeling sun salutations, starting in child's pose. Cat pose, flowing all the way forward to cobra or low cobra. Hips back into puppy pose. Taking a cat-cow and back into child's pose. Cat pose, flow forward to your cobra, up, hips back to puppy pose. Take a cat-cow and hips back to child's pose. Round your spine up, forward to cobra, back to puppy pose. Cat, cow, down to our child's pose. Okay, so from here, going to come forward down to our bellies for Sphinx pose. Elbows lined up with directly under your shoulders, forearms parallel. Opening through your chest. And on an exhale, release. And then let's come down and take 3 locust poses. Really engaging your core here. So you can bring your arms out to the side behind you. And let's take 1. And we're going to hold each one for a full round of breath. So 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Okay, ready? And inhale up. Inhale up. And inhale up. But hold this one. And release. Okay, now let's take lotus pose, but let's lift alternate arms and leg. So extend your arms, and we can start with our left arm and right leg. Okay, and let's hold each side for 2 breaths, alternating. Inhale up. Release. Inhale up. Release. Inhale up. Release. Inhale up. Release. One more time. Inhale up. And release. And inhale up. And release. From here, let's push up to our plank pose. on your knees is fine. And then come on up on your knees, kneeling. And we're going to take a variation of camel pose. Put your palms right at your lower back. And on an inhale, just send your gaze up. Back bend, lean back slightly. Pushing your hips up towards the front of your body. And release. All right, so let's come down to our backs. Now, engaging our core, you want to bend your knees, bring your legs up, and hold your arms up, extended towards the sky, and just hold here. Okay, so bring your arms to the mat, and you can lay them out to your sides, or place them on your belly, but begin tapping your toes to the mat one by one. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure that you stop on the opposite side that you started, okay? All right, from here, just grab your right knee and just bring it in, pulling it towards your chest. All right, so releasing that knee and grabbing your left knee. So releasing that leg. Now for a spinal twist, you're going to send your hips over to the left about an inch. Lift your knees, sending your knees over to the right, bringing your arms into cactus position, keeping your shoulders down to the mat. And bringing your legs back up. Adjust your hips, bringing them to center, and then inch to the right as you send your legs over to the left. And bringing your knees back to center. Before our final pose, bring your your feet about as wide as your mat, and let your knees fall in towards one another. And you can place your hands either on your belly or out to the side. Or feel free to just take Savasana right here if you'd rather take Savasana. Relaxing your body. And just thinking about something that you're grateful for in this moment. Feel free to pause the video and stay here as long as you need to. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, maybe move your head from side to side, opening your eyes. Bringing your hands to prayer position, up to your third eye. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. See you next time.